Hello everybody, this is Froito Bobbin here and welcome to race number 26 of the 2018-19 NASCAR Skittles Cup Series season. This is the Bojangles Southern 500 at Darlington, and of course we're continuing the fun and partyisms for the Darlington Throwback Weekend. And of course today, we're here at Darlington. It's the throwback race, like I literally just said. However, not only is race the throwback race, but this is the final race of the regular season, which means in this race we will determine which 10 drivers will be in the playoffs for this season. A number of drivers have already locked into the playoffs, based completely on points. Don't worry, by locked in the playoffs, I'm not talking about any silly gimmicks. They are locked in purely on points because they did so well in the regular season that they just didn't by points. However, of course, there is a bit of a battle. There's actually a bit of a battle to get into the playoffs between Oliver and Brad Keselowski. Those two are really neck and neck with each other on the playoff bubble. So one of those two drivers is going to make it to the playoffs. Well, I say one of those two drivers. Maybe we're going to surprise, and maybe neither of those guys will make the playoffs. Maybe Tim Tom might be able to make the playoffs as well. I'm not 100% sure what the point standings is, but it doesn't matter. With that being said, let's give you your starting grid. Starting on the pole for this race is Martrix Jr. Alongside him in second is the Real Xbox Nerd. Third is Frank Bobbin. Fourth is Denny Hamlin. Fifth is Kyle Busch. Sixth is Bank Coaches. Seventh is William Byron. Eighth is Chase Elliott. Ninth is Tim Tom. 10th is Kevin Harvick. 11th is Gridrin. 12th is Donald. 13th is Brad Keselowski. 14th is Pracer. 15th is Oliver. 16th is Daniel Hemrick. 17th is Duck. 18th is Kyle Larson. 19th is Douglas. 20th is Clint Boyer, 21st is Joey Logano, 22nd is Rebecca, 23rd is Daniel Suarez, 24th is Eric Jones, 25th is Nia, 26th is Ryan Newman, 27th is Ryan Blaney, 28th is Kurt Busch, 29th is Austin Dillon, 30th is Bud Wallace, 31st is Jimmy Johnson, 32nd is Eric Gamboa, 33rd is James Hicks, 34th is Alex Bowen, 35th is Paul Menard, 36th is Mr. Light's brother, 37th is Derper, 38th is Mr. Lay, that is Mommy, 40th is Derek Cope, 41st is Reed Swords, and 42nd and last is Can't Drive. So of course, like I said, since the throwback weekend, we do throwbacks. Of course, not everybody's in throwback though. Although a lot of these guys up here though are driving a throwback. Although, of course, the front row though not in throwbacks. We have both the Martrix Jr. the Real Xbox Nerd in their regular paint schemes. Well, I'm not sure what the story is of Martrix Jr. I mean, they could have thrown back to somebody. As for the Real Xbox Nerd, well, he doesn't really have anybody to throw back to, so he's just gonna stay in his default paint scheme. As for Froito Bobbin though, driving a very special looking throwback, and it looks like the paint schemes might be a little bit screwed up. I guess Darlington's a bit weird with its themey jiggies, but anyway, here is Froito Bobbin driving a throwback paint scheme to Fruitito Bobbin. A lot of you guys may not know Fruitito Bobbin, but Fruitito Bobbin, of course, was a driver at Bobbin Motorsports. That was until a certain thing happened. I might go into this that, at some point in the future. But Froito Bobbin, though, driving a throwback to that. Originally, Froito Bobbin wasn't going to drive a throwback paint scheme this year. But he saw how, he saw so many other guys, doing throwback paint schemes that Froito Bobbin said, screw it, I'm going to join the fun. Throwback to one of my brothers. Of course, you also have Kyle Busch throwing back during the Eurovan. Denny Hamlin throwing back to his, younger days. And Bank Coaches throwing back to his black livery, which is the livery when he first arrived on the island of Solus back in the year 1946, I think it was. And of course, other throwbacks here and there. I might go over some of the other throwback paint schemes in this race, but for the time being, though, let's just see what happens with 111 laps. But while we enjoy the throwbackness, we also need to, get a bit excited over the fact that this race, as we are on the way for the Bojangles Southern 500 at Darlington for the playoff cutoff race. Here we go as Truex is in the lead and Froito Bobbin already going to the bottom lane as well. Froito Bobbin might try to take on Martrix Jr. coming off of the corner here. Look at that. Of course, the throwback paint didn't go to victory lane in the Siemens National Series race. Maybe Froito Bobbin could put his throwback car into victory lane for this race. It's very likely to happen considering, Froito Bobbin's statistics from this season. But, he's got to get around Truex first, though. Dear oh dear. Two powerhouses here in NASCAR in the Cup Series battling next to each other. Oh, but there goes Froito Bobbin. He's going to try to shove Martrix Jr. to the outside lane. Side by side out of turn 2. Marjorie Jr. smacks the outside wall, allowing Froito Bobbin to take the lead. As per usual. Here's William Byron up to 4th. He's safe into the playoffs too. Quite cool to see a rookie all the way up here. And of course, William Byron throwing it back to the Rainbow Warrior, driven by Jeff Gordon. As you know, in Jeff Gordon's early days in his career, he drove a car very similar to this, and this car is now back out to the race in the form of this. And of course, things in fact, Jeff Gordon also drove this paint scheme at the 2015 Spring Bristol race. Would have been a lot more suitable if he drove that car at Darlington, but unfortunately, that didn't quite happen. Even though 2015 was the first ever year that the throwback specialisms were a thing. But regardless, though, it's nice to see the Rainbow Warrior back on track in the form of William Byron, as he is safe into the playoffs, but he's still going to try to get out there and do some successions. But as he tries to get on Denny Hamel, look at that. What else do we have here? Here's Gridgen. Gridgen is throwing back to his, earlier days. Of course, Gridgen, as you know, Gridgen is the blue number 4 engine on the island of Sowas. However, when Gridgen first arrived on the island of Sowas, he was in this paint scheme because Gridgen was originally built by the LNER, and Gridgen now throwing it back to that paint scheme for this race. Kyle Busch also driving a throwback Skittles car, which is a throwback to Ernie Irvan as NR 2003 glitches out, and we'll get back to that shortly as we need to take a look at the battle. Okay, yeah, quite a bit of glitching. I don't know what that is. Here's Tim Tom driving a throwback paint scheme. Tim Tom also throwing it back to when he first arrived on the island of Sowas. I don't know what's up with NR 2003. It seems to be glitching out for some reason. But here is Tim Tom throwing it back to when he first arrived on the island of Sowas in this paint scheme. Of course, as you guys know, Tim Tom was the number 70 when he first arrived back in the island of Sowas. But of course, since this is the championship race, Tim Tom can't change his number, will remain the number 1 for this race. You may have also noticed that we've actually reverted back to the 2018 stuff. Well, that's because a lot of these paint schemes took place in the year 2018. So we've had to revert back to the 2018 stuff. But don't worry, that is just for this race. The next race will be back in the year 2019. But I guess that's another bit of a throwback. But yeah, we're going back to 2018 for this race. Anything else? Well, let's see. Tim Tom. Of course, here's Brad Keselowski driving a throwback to Rusty Walls. Looks like he's got a Darlington stripe already. Might want to put a finger on that. Here's Douglas, who was driving a throwback paint scheme. Douglas painted blue. So Douglas here throwing it back to his days when he worked on the Caledonian Railway in Scotland way back in the 1950s or so. I'm not entirely sure. Of course, this was also the paint scheme that Douglas was in the Railway series. And he's throwing it back to this paint scheme for this race. Of course, his bank coach is in his throwback black paint scheme, which I already discussed at the start of the thing. And here's Joe Logano throwing it back to Steve Parker, pretty looking paint scheme right there. And the other throwbacks worth mentioning as the NRSL continues to glitch out. Chase Elliott's fallen all the way back down to 19th. I mean, he is somewhat secure into the playoffs, but it's gonna have to be a bit better than that. Austin Dillon also throwing it as he smacks the wall, throwing it back to Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt's Silver Secret. And of course, Jimmy Johnson throwing it back to his early days as Lowe's has come back to sponsor Jimmy Johnson for one final race in the form of this throwback paint scheme that Jimmy Johnson driving here. And there's Donald in his throwback paint scheme. And as of course you see some other throwback paint schemes here. And there you go, there's the rest of the field. Also, the top 3 has gone up, so yeah, that's our throwback show. I guess now we're gonna focus on the field up here. Surprisingly enough, no caution yet in this race. We're 11 laps in, and at this point in the Siemens Next Series, we already had a caution. For this race, though, so far it's been clean, no cautions at all. Of course, I'm not saying we'll go with this whole race caution free, but you never know. As drivers continue to smack the wall. Also, William Byron lost a few spots as Tim Tom is now getting up here. Look at that, Tim Tom and Gridgen, 2 throwback sports drivers getting into each other. Sort of. It seems actually very easy to pass here at Darlington, which is making this into a pretty good race. Well, at least, mid-pack. Of course, Froito Bobbin still leading by, well, not too big of a margin. Marjorie Jr. could always try to get back on him. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, it's still a bit strange seeing Froito Bobbin not one of his, 3 usual paintings. Because, of course, the only 3 paintings that we've really only seen Froito Bobbin up to this point has been, his regular Froito car along with his Bangkok's car and an Amtrak car. Of course, Froito Bobbin is still being sponsored by Froito 13 himself for this race, but that is because, originally Froito Bobbin was sponsored by a different sponsor than this. But that sponsor, however, has no disappeared to the Shadow Realms. So Freund Bob been having to get from the team, as a sponsor. It's a very basic looking paint scheme, but this is how it looked originally. When Free2 Bob drove for this car, or this paint scheme, I should say. Ooh, Martrix Jr. though. Oh dear, Freund Bob though gonna smack the wall. That is not something you want to see from, the potential champion. As he's gonna lose 2 spots to Martrix Jr. and the real Xbox nerd. And I don't know why our 2003 is glitching out like that. Oh dear. Yeah, I guess Darlington. Bit of a glitchy track I've noticed. And caution has come out. It's only taking about 15 laps, but caution's out already. As well, we're under caution, so he's not to get there. But yeah. Yeah, so I don't know why 2003 is doing that. We do apologize if anybody cringes out because of it. So much just gonna have the lead here with the Real Express in second. No. Oh, actually, Freund Bob in second. It looks like he actually got past the Real Express coming off of turn somewhere. Oh. So Freund Bob is actually gonna be second here. So there we go. First caution of the day. With a very glitchy race, as some of these cars can't seem to be loading properly. I don't understand. What is it? What's going on? But they're in 2003 today. So, I don't know if it's this track or this game or something. Well, regardless, let's now just rewind and see what happened to bring out that caution. Oh, look at this pace car. First time we've seen this pace car in a while. Another throwback right there. Okay, and let's see where the accident happened. Looks like it happened, yeah, happened on the back straight. Ooh, this was quite the accident here. Let's see what happened. Oh, it was quite the incident. So, Bubba Wallace. So, it's like he was just riding on the outside lane, but then he smacks into the wall and gets into Nia. As Bubba Wallace has a throwback SCP car, but Nia gets into him, and oh dear, what happened there? As Kurt Busch gets involved as well in his throwback McDonald's scheme. Derper looks like he's gonna get by unscathed, and Kurt Busch, despite getting involved, he's gonna make it through unscathed as well. Oh, but then Mommy comes in with absolutely nowhere to go. And she's gonna come in and smash right into the rear end of Bubba Wallace. So that's gonna end her race. As for Bubba Wallace, he could still race, but he's gonna have to fix his car up quite a bit. So, let's see that again. Yes, let's see that in regular motion. Oh, that was a terrible camera angle. Yeah, so Nia, she got into Bubba Wallace. Of course, 2 rookies. And then Nia just does weird things. I don't understand what was going on with Nia there. Let's try that again. Let's see. Well, let's take a look at this from a different camera angle. How about like chase? Go with the far chase camera. Okay, so it looks like if we go into a bit slow motion. So look, here's a Bubba. He smacks the outside wall, and then Nia gets into him, and then they get together. Nia, I don't know what was she trying to do. She just goes up into Bubba Wallace and only ends up screwing herself over. Did Nia survive that? Yeah, so Nia was only just able to survive that. Lucky she didn't get into have any worse of an accident, but still, that was quite stupid of Nia to do that. Of course, Nia, she had a chance of the season against the playoffs, but now she's pretty much out. So let's speed up time though to get to the initial start, I suppose. Yes, I have absolutely no idea what's going on with this with the 2003 today. It's glitching out for some reason. I hope it gets better, as the race goes on, but I don't. It's not getting any better though. It looks like that Truex car is wrecked when actually it's fine. So I didn't expect this, but I guess now we're gonna have a throwback to the days of when games were, I guess, very sausagey. Looks like that the entire field is gonna be pitting this time by. Yeah, looks like you guys are gonna have to, put up with the fact that this game is being very broken today. I don't know what's going on. This game doesn't usually do this. First time it's done this, actually, so I don't know why. It's because of the track. They didn't do this yesterday in the NASCAR race, so I don't know if it's a game glitch or if it's something to do with the setting that I did, because I had to change a few settings with my computer, which may have affected the model cars. I don't know. I'm gonna have to test it out. Oh, front involvement says it before a considerable amount of time. Wow, very slow pits up from the legs posture and front to Bob, and they're gonna lose a lot of spots here. Let's see who gets out first or something. Well, Troy C gets off road pretty quickly. Oh, it looks like Kurt Busch was the one driver who didn't pit because he was all the way back down there. So he's gonna, I guess, Kurt Busch is not going to pit and he's gonna stay out here. And meanwhile, Denny Hamlin got out. Oh, Truex got up before him. So we got an interesting. So we're gonna have a fairly interesting restart because front of them, they fell back quite a bit. They might make a comeback, later on in the race. But yeah, that was very, very weird. Well, not really weird. What's weird though is these cars glitching out. So Kurt Busch, we've barely talked about him this entire season. Kurt Busch's been fairly irrelevant this season, but he's gonna restart first as the one guy to not pit, although he's getting overtaken by a lot of these guys who are not going to be on fresh tires. Looks like, oh, Danger 6 did he pit or did he not pit? We're Florida Bob and the, oh, wow. So Florida Bob and the village supposed to be a really slow pit stop. It's going to be quite a bit of a distance back in the field. Wow. I mean, they'll probably make a comeback later on in this race, but only time will tell. So we have a pretty messy restart, but hopefully everyone gets straightened out. Anyway, so I know the battle for the playoff spot is, between Oliver and Keselowski. Right now, Keselowski is ahead of Oliver, so if Keselowski finishes somewhat better than Oliver, he's going to beat him and make it into the playoffs. Despite doing barely anything this season. Skip a lap. Lights are out. Oh, now the cars are glitching. Oh, Bubba Wallace looks like he's going to be the only one to start up here. So it's not going to have a crazy field, thankfully. Oh, and can't drive too. Yeah, of course. So Bubba Wallace driving, well, like I said, his throwback as if he paint job. Wait to throw back to Richard Petty. As for the rest of the field, very weird restart order. Of course, now Florida Bob and the are down all the way down here in 21st, so 2nd, so they're gonna have to do quite a bit of work to make it their way back up through the fields. Well, I say that they're good drivers, and it seems to be pretty easy to pass here. Darlington. Well, apparently it says on Kurt Busch's car. If we take a look. This one. No, that's not that one. Which one? The rear chase. Yeah. 50 years of Big Mac. Yeah. Yeah, so Kurt Busch celebrating 50 years of Big Mac with McDonald's. Is McDonald's sponsoring Kurt Busch for this race? Because throwbackisms. Anyway, we're about to go green. And green flag. We're back on the way at Darlington. Kurt Busch, though, was the only one on the pit back there. So despite the fact that he has this restart here, he's going to lose spots quite quickly. Here comes Tim Tom, though. He's going to try to power move to the inside lane, but he's got Can't Drive in his way, though. Not good, but Tim Tom, though, to the lead off of turn 2. The outside lane's going to get trapped by Can't Drive. And Tim Tom is now taking the early lead with Bubba Wallace for weirdly, getting ahead, but, So it looks like now it's going to be about the lead with the broken race cars between Tim Tom and Kyle Busch. So, Um, well, actually, fact, Kyle Busch has won 2 race seasons. Tim Tom, however, has won 0 race season and is unlikely to make the playoffs. But Tim Tom could try to win this in his throwback scheme, but oh dear, not. Although Kyle Busch not going to go any Tim Tom for the lead in his Skittles throwback car, which looks beautiful, by the way. Yeah, look at that. When the car is not broken, look at that beautiful, beautiful throwback Skittles paint scheme. Okay, I see what's going on. It seems that when the cars get a certain distance away from the camera, they look like they're broken up in a way. Yeah. So, I don't know why that's a graphical glitch that's there, but it's a bit weird one. So, Kyle Busch and Lee, although these guys have now gotten away from the field. Yeah, so Tim Tom now getting still the original by 3 of the throwback cars of Joe Logano, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott. Logano, of course, driving a throwback to Steve Park, although Ryan Blaney driving a throwback scheme to Dave Blaney, and Cogs is out again. Ryan Blaney, of course, driving a throwback to that scheme. Of course, this paint scheme isn't super old. I think it was a relevant thing in like the year 2003 and stuff. And Chase Elliott also driving a Napa throwback car. This is a throwback to Casey Elliott, who was Chase Elliott's nephew. I don't know much about that, but still a cool looking throwback nonetheless. Although we've had another caution already, so I have no idea what's happened here. Yeah, so it looks like that Bubba Walls hasn't done much, but we're going to see what actually happened back there. So this side by though, Tim Tom is gonna go on the pit road. Not sure why that is. Clint Boyer as well. And rest of those staying. Oh. And Persian going down too. Who else? I don't know. Well, regardless, let's now rewind time and see what happened to bring out the caution. Okay, it's quite a bit of a mystery of what actually happened back there. It's not too long after the restart crash happened, so see what happened here. Oh, it was on the back straightaway. Wow, looks like it was a pretty big one. Can't drive of all the drivers involved. Wow, can't drive. Man, what happened here? Alright, so can't drive was on the outside going as slow as a snail. This, though, could be quite the crash here, as it looks like Daniel Hemrick. Looks like he's going up the racetrack, and there he goes. He goes... Oh, no, Hemrick, he actually goes down. He looks like he taps can't drive, but that goes down the racetrack into Gridrin, which causes Hemrick to go up the racetrack and then crash into can't drive. Yeah, again, going a bit slower now. Yeah, so Hemrick, so he gets to the can't drive, that gets into Gridrin, they go down the racetrack. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Look at the way that Hemrick did that. He just went in the apron and went back on the track, right into can't drive. And Miss Lay's brother, with the narrowly escaping and can't and Daniel Suarez and gets the person as well. Daniel Suarez though gonna survive. Reed Sorensen, however, not going to survive the accident, or not gonna make it through, and is going to crash right into the back of Hemrick. That could end Reed Sorensen's race. Or no, not quite. It doesn't have a blown engine. And of course, Miss Lay's brother getting quite the hit as well. Oh, I know somebody else was getting involved. Oh, was Can't Drive going to Percy Serp? Actually, let's see. So that wasn't the end of Can't Drive's accident, though. As so he gets hit by Daniel Hemrick. Bears Can't Drive now forced to go to the bottom of the race, but then he gets to the Percy Serp, who's riding on the bottom lane, and Can't Drive going for quite the wild ride. So, quite a complex accident. Can't Drive, though, was in the wrong place at the wrong time and unfortunately got paid out for it. What a shame. Well, with that being said, let's now see who pits. So it looks like, yeah, we're going to have some takers here. So, of course, Tim Tom, Clint Boyer, and Percy Serp is coming out as well. It looks like, yeah, so Percy Serp. It's like he's not having to come on a pit road so he can repair the damage that he incurred from the accident. Can't Drive and Hemrick are going to pit as well, along with Miss Lay's brother. Okay, these glitchy cars are starting to annoy me just a bit. But unfortunately, we have to deal with it for this race now. I would restart this, but I really don't want to. So, I apologize if this year's throwback race not being a little bit spoiled in terms of quality, but because of the the broken cars glitch thing. It was a glitch that I never knew was on this game. I don't even think anybody knew it was on this game until, well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to share this with the community. So Tim's unknown Boyer. So of course these were ones that pitted. So Tim Tom, despite leading for a short period of time, he's inside the pit. Hemrick. Does he have damage on his car? And I guess they had to tear off the rear bumper because he got rear-ended by Can't Drive. Oh, I think it's just into Clint Boyer. Oh. So one of those having a fight under the caution. And Miss Elizabeth is going to pull up here. And Prism will come off pit road. Yeah, so Boyer in his Carolina Ford dealers throwback. Yeah, it's good Boyer driving a pretty basic throwback car from the 1950s, but there you go. Here's Bracer. Oh, what's this now? What? Okay, this was pretty unexpected. So, Kyle Busch. Ah, dear oh dear, Kyle Busch. He's already locked up into the playoffs, but he's just gonna come down here and pit. Everyone else though staying out. So Joe Logano will now be your leader on the restart. And we will be going green next time by. So instead of Kyle Busch, Joe Logano will be your leader coming off of the restart. It's Bubba Wallace and Kurt Busch too. I was about to say Richard Petty. And he just can't drive as well. I was about to say Richard Petty because Bubba Wallace's car looks awfully similar. Well, I say similar. It's basically a recreation of Richard Petty's, SCP car that he drove. And this SCP car is actually the same one as the one that Eric Almirola drove in the 2015 throwback race. Or was it 2015 or 2016? I'm not sure which one it was, but it is nice to see that livery back here on Bubba Wallace's Camaro. So with that being said, as Bubba Wallace leads the field, not Bubba Wallace, Joe Logano leads the field. I mean, you're confused. And the broken cars list continues to be a thing. Oh, and I looks like some of these textures. Okay, Darlington's I noticed is a messed up racetrack because I noticed that some of the textures were messed up during the Siemens Hack Series race here at Darlington. So I may have to download a new version of Darlington. We won't go back to Darlington for next season, but man, oh man. Well, anyway, we run away once again here at Darlington. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to download a new version of this track for next season because, yeah. I don't get what is up with the textures of these cars. Now, actually, the Ford logo is messed up, as you can tell by Joe Logano and Ryan Blaney, who are going to pull away from the field, by the way, as Bubba Wallace is going to start to get in the way of the field, for the most part, though. All the Penske guys battling well with each other. Then we have Joe Logano up here, who won at Fuji, which was the first and currently only one of the season, and Ryan Blaney, who hasn't won anything this season, and hasn't even been that relevant this season. Oh, he might try to pass up his teammate, though. Blaney trying to go into Logano for the lead. Logano scrapes the wall, and Ryan Blaney to the lead here at Darlington. Of course, both guys are having throwbacks. But cool to see Blaney up here. So Ryan Blaney leads at Darlington. We're definitely going to have at least one or two more colleagues in this race, but if this race could go the whole next thing green, this race would get quite interesting, but let's face it, that's not going to happen, because this is Darlington. Not only is Darlington being salty, okay, although it seems to only be an issue with the Chevys and Toyotas, it seems the Fords are not really affected by this broken car glitch. Speaking of Chase Elliott, though, here he is trying to pass up on Joey Logano. Chase Elliott, another driver, has won nothing this season. He might try to change that today. Was they done nothing? Chase Elliott, one of the best driver seasons, that not won a race. I mean, it's interesting because I say Chase Elliott's done nothing, but realistically, Chase Elliott's been very quiet this season. Like, you know, despite the fact that he hasn't won a single race, he's been super consistent. And as a result, he's really high up into the playoffs and is pretty much locked in based on his point standings. And might try to, you know, get past Ryan Blaney and take the lead here. So Elliott trying to pass Blaney. These two are best friends off the racetrack, but on the racetrack, however, not so much, as Chase Elliott is going to navigate his way underneath Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott takes the lead at Darlington. I think these are the first laps Chase Elliott has led this whole season. Oh, these guys though, some fast guys though coming up. So Chase Elliott gonna have to lead this lap so he can, you know, lead, you know, a lap this season. So Chase Elliott currently leading here at Darlington, but he's got some fast guys coming up. Here's Mark Jr. and Kyle Larson. Looks like these two have now popped out. Kyle Larson driving a throwback to Davey Allison. Or is it Bobby Allison? I don't remember. I don't know much about the Allisons. But Kyle Larson having a rather interesting paint scheme with these soloisms. Goes by Ryan Newman and Bank Coach up here. And is that Dangerous Hicks? So running up, look at that, Dangerous Hicks running in 6th. Wow, how? For the Bobbin though, he's making his moves. So are these other guys. As Bank Coach is gonna get the freebie on Ryan Newman as he smacks the wall. Bank Coach is driving his throwback car. Throwbacks are cool, I must say. Oh, but here's Can't Drive though. First time Can't Drive might affect the race here as Chase Elliott. I'm not gonna have to chase them blame. They're not gonna slow up too much, so we'll be able to get around Can't Drive. But selection nonetheless. Ooh, Blaney though. He's now trying to get underneath Chase Elliott for the lead. Ooh, Blaney though looking on the inside of Chase Elliott to try to pass him. Not this time though. Not this corner, but maybe the next corner. There we go. Blaney still not quite able to get to Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott though has been a more powerful force this season. Or more powerful than Ryan Blaney anyway. But Blaney though, trying to prove him wrong as Elliott smacks the wall, allowing Ryan Blaney to take back the lead here at Darlington. With screwed up looking textures. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. So I'm definitely going to have to get a newer version of Darlington for next season because this default version of Darlington clearly isn't working too well. When we look at Chase Elliott's car, it looks like he has no headlights. So, I don't know why this game is doing that. It's never done this before. So, please don't hate me in the comments for this game being stupid. I was not anticipating this in the slightest as the caution is out. I like how I look at the caution like conveniently, or the lights in general. Caution not going to come out at a pretty interesting time though. However, I said of course, we're not going to race with a caution, but we will, however, ride the caution in general. Well, before we do anything, let's see what happened this time. Looks like I have on the back straightaway again, so I can only imagine what happened here. Go back too far. First, it's getting quite interesting until the caution had to just come out. Let's see. Oh, involve oh dear, this was a bit of trouble here. I say trouble. I don't know how bad it is. Oh. So Logano looks like he fell. Wow, Logano fell all the way back down to 15, but he's gonna smack the wall pretty hard. Jimmy John's gonna be there the wrong spot. Wow, he rear ends Logano, puts him into the air just a bit. But Jimmy John's gonna get hit by Nia now, because Nia has nowhere to go, and Jimmy Johnson is going to get spun. And it looks like Jimmy John's gonna get the worst of this accident. Yeah, he hasn't done well this season in general, but that happened. I'll see what happened from Joey Logano's perspective. If we go to the chase camera, we sort of see what happened. So coming off of the corner, smacks the wall, and then gets smacked by Jimmy Johnson. Wow. So Joe Logano's car going airborne. Well, not airborne, but just a tiny bit in the air. He's still going to continue the race, surprise, surprise, but it looks like he might make a pit stop so they can fix the damage on Logano's car. In the meantime, though, we'll see what happens. Also, the top guys all up here. Point of all, but of course he's made a comeback as everyone expected. So, oh, looks like though the top 5 going down pit road here. Looks like some guys pitted earlier, are going to stay out. So, Point of all on the best place, they're going to have a chance to once again battle out for the lead. But all these guys down here though, they're gonna go on pit road. Well, none of them really have a chance or not a chance to get in the playoffs. Kyle Larson, in fact, he was in the playoff bubble at one point, but he then he did pretty mediocre, and as a result, no longer in the playoff picture. It looks like though the entire rest, well, I say the entire rest of the fields. So it looks like a lot of these guys are pitting, but some people, however, are not going to be pitting. So here are the guys that didn't pit. So throwing to Bob and the real explosive Kyle Busch are once again up here, which means they'll battle it out. Although, here's Nia coming out. Although it's a bit nerve-wracking because these cars, of course, on older tires, so they might get overtaken by the guys on the newer tires. We sort of saw a mini strategy on this during the NASCAR Series Next Series, where Texas, he had better tires than most of the rest of the field, and he was able to get to the lead. And if that race had remained green for the rest of the thing, then Texas probably would have went on to, win that race. Well, I say win that race. Maybe they just got a really good finish because of strategy. But you can see that now. Seems next to the race. But if you're lucky, we might see it here though. Mr. Light's brother is staying quite a bit up here. Here comes the guy once again. It's Jimmy Johnson. Wow, despite being one to pick involved in the accident, he's going to restart quite a bit high up here. Quite high up here. And he's the rest of the field. Suarez. David Suarez with Legacy throwback car. This is a throwback car that was originally driven by Kurt Busch, and this was actually driven here at Darlington in 2003, and that was famous for the closest finish in NASCAR history. And a final lap battle between Kurt Busch and Ricky Craven. I think it was Ricky Craven, who battled out and got a photo finish right here at Darlington. And Suarez now driving a throwback to Kurt Busch's car that he had back then. This one was originally the Sharpie car though. That was the Haas car. That's the photo picture. It looks like Keselowski now behind Oliver. So at the moment, Oliver with the one-way shot to make it into the playoffs. There's Bubba Wallace. So the field is updated, so we're gonna see. Oh, Jimmy Johnson's all the way back there. So never mind, doesn't actually move a lot of spots. He's just still there. So we're gonna go next time by. And Bubba comes up here along with Jimmy Johnson as well. Yeah, Spec Can't can come up here as well. Oh, Kurt Busch too. And this Can't Drive. And anyone else? Nope. So field restart like this with now 4 guys up here with the rest of the field. So fast forward stuff to here. And yeah, so the cars continue to look all broken. Don't worry, that's just a game effect. It's not actually. I wonder how it does that. Oh. Anyway, we're underway once again at Darlington. Ford Bobbin with the best start, unsurprisingly. This is going to be Ford Bobbin's chance to lead several laps unless he gets caught up on someone else with better tires than him. Imagine if that were to happen. Well, Wall's starting to hold the fix a little bit, but Kyle Busch is able to get by him. Wow, here's 3 Solis Motorsports 1 drivers all next to each other. Of course, you have Prairie Syrup, Rebecca, the rookie, and Tim Tom in his throwback. course, Nia and Percy have not, or not Nia, Rebecca and Percy have not driving throwbacks because, you know, again, they have another throwback too, because Percy, he's always been in his green paint job, and Rebecca, well, she's just joined the team, but she smacked the wall, so much not being a slow coach, he's losing out on everybody. Bank coach is though trying to get up on Martrix Jr. Yeah, Bank coach, he's quite high up into the playoffs now. You know, Bank coach wasn't off to the best start this season in terms of point standings, but thankfully over the course of the season, Bank coach has been very consistent, even winning a race, which is why he is pretty much into the playoffs. For the Robin, he's been the class field, 10 wins, over 100 points ahead of Martrix Jr. So Florida Bubble is gonna have a huge amount of points to start the playoffs. Now it'll be interesting to see what Florida Bubble will do in the playoffs for the last 10 races of the season. I'm not gonna require. Ooh, Bank coaches trying to get around Martrix Jr. here. This could get nasty. Or not really. Well, maybe a little bit nasty if someone smacks the wall. And Bank coaches around Martrix Jr. Ooh, not quite. I haven't cleared Tricks just yet. Oh, Trick smacks the wall though as Bank coaches gets around him now. So Bank coaches now up to third as both front of Bobbin, or I say front of Bobbin, or both. I think front of Bobbin is just the only one to smack the wall back there. Well, the real Xbox nerd, they'll try to get past him there, but not successful. Max Business won this race. You know, the real Xbox nerd, 4th win of the season. You know, the real Xbox nerd. You know, despite the fact that he hasn't won a ton of races this season, you know, either like Florida Bob, and he's been, you know, very consistent. And he's now locked up into the playoffs, although he is still trying to get an extra position on Martrix Jr. the point standings, so the real Xbox nerd can start higher than him, or potentially start higher than him at the start of the playoffs. Bank coaches though, his teammate though with the run, Bank coaches, he pitted. You know, last time, so he gets fresher tires, so the YouTube Motorsports driver is now about to get into each other. Martrix Jr. 2. So Truex makes it a little bit slow. I'm trying to combine Bank coaches. Bank coaches try to work his way around his teammate for the lead, for second. Yeah, but weird seeing, you know, of course, Bank coaches in the throwback car, but the real Xbox are not in the throwback cars. The Xbox are going to get shoved the racetrack a bit. And here's Can't Drive once again, causing confusion delay here on the racetrack. In front of one smacks the outside wall, but it's not going to matter because it's still going to get held up. As Bank coaches makes their own Can't Drive. Now he's going to try to get past his teammate in law, Fronito Bobbin. As Bank coaches on better tires, there he goes. Look at that. And Bank coaches takes the lead at Darlington. Bank coaches trying to go for a second win of the season to have more playoff points start the season, because of course it's 5 bonus playoff points per win. Bank coach only has 1 win this season, but if they can get another, they're going to add an extra 5 bonus points for the playoffs. He's going to have to beat Tricks to do it though. But Bank coaches leading mid-race at Darlington. Look at that. It'll be interesting. You know, Bank coaches wins, gets second win of the season in a different livery. Because of course, Bank coaches for pretty much this entire season has been in the standard red livery. But for this race, of course, in the black livery. Oh, but he smacks the outside wall, resulting in Martrix Jr. getting past him. Martrix Jr. on his way to getting his 5th win of the season, which will give an extra 5 bonus points for the playoffs. Martrix Jr. Hasn't won again, look at that. Well, for the Bobbin, he's really been the only one to win a super long amount of races. Martrix Jr. though, of course, already won 4 races this season. So Truex has had a very good season. Showing how well he's doing in the point standings. And he now leads here at Darlington. As the cars continue to look broken, it looks like now the race might be settling in. Say that. Bet you we're gonna have a caution sooner or later. And we have to go with the logic of, if there hasn't been a caution yet, there will be one soon. Because these guys are, I guess these guys are very sensitive to wrecking here at Darlington. Yeah, this broken car thing as well, that's starting to bug me out as well. I do apologize if you're getting bugged out by the way that these cars look all broken and stuff. You know, unfortunately, I wasn't anticipating this, and I really don't want to re-record this race just to fix one thing. Because this race has been really good. But, you know. Well, this is just with this track, or if it's with the game as a whole. So I'm going to have to do some testing. I hope it's just the track, but if it's the little game that does this, then I'm going to have to, you know, do some fixes. Because I noticed that, you know Domtron's Pennsylvania Railroad, or Domtron's Ace throwback paint scheme was a bit messed up in the rear end in the NASCAR scene with the NASCAR Series race here yesterday. Turns out that I actually had, or turns out that I, well, yeah, let's say I had actually gotten, you know, that car to look right, but, you know, 2003 still came along and said, we're going to scoop the look at the car because reasons. Well, I'm stepping up front. Oh, what's this? What the heck happened here? Florida Bob, and he lost quite a bit of ground. I'm not going to go too far, but Florida Bob lost quite a bit of ground, and has now lost spots, and quite a few of these guys is not catching live traffic. But now, Douglas and Chase Elliott, Blaney and William Byron now appear as Blanks back to the wall. Man, what was it? It seems this track is so tough that even like the best drivers are, you know, doing super well. Much as you're able to, you know, make it run the lap traffic with bank coaches sagging behind him. Now the third though is Chase Elliott, who was leading the race just a bit earlier. Although I think really due to the fact, or mainly due to the fact that Florida Bob didn't fit the last time by, he's on more worn out tires than these guys up here. And as a result, they're able to, you know, they're currently running better. As much as she's still the leader, with Banco is still behind him. Oh, here they come up on lap traffic though, so Bo Wall, Speed Sorensen, and can't drive getting slowed up here. Yep. And this can't drive. He can't drive. He can stay on the outside lane though. Nope. He's gonna try to go the inside lane on the leaders. Oh, and he's here up the wall. So luckily the leaders aren't gonna get affected by the left guys in any way, shape, or form. Can't drive, doing some dangerous stuff, but luckily not gonna cause a big accident. Chase Elliott now up to third place, although he's almost make on with can't drive, but he's gonna have to now make his way around an assortment of lapped cars. So he's first got Nia, then Bubba, then Sorensen. Getting around Nia. Wow, look at that. Douglas getting past Nia. It's not the most stupidest thing in the world, but, you know. Here's Byron up here as well. Douglas, you know, he's kind of getting close to playoffs, but there's not enough time left in the season for Douglas to do any better. Elliott, though, he's got nothing to worry about in terms of playoff standings now, but might still try to win and maybe get as many more points as he possibly can before the playoffs ultimately, you know, reach. Okay, now my iPad's being stupid, you know. Of course, my iPad has to make noises during these races. First time this actually happened. Oh well, doesn't matter. Should have actually shut off my iPad before this race began, but I didn't think about doing that. I didn't think I would need to do that, but oh well. So bank coaches trying to get back on Martrix Jr. for the lead. Look at this. Turn to the interesting battle. Because even here, this Bank Kogi's car look a bit messed up from the right. Well, it wasn't messed up. Well, let's say, yeah, I guess there was some stickers on there that got swiped off or something. Anyway, so Martin Trix Jr. still with the lead, but Bank Kogi's still right behind him. We're going green for a little while though. Here's Derek Cope driving a Bojangles sponsored car. This is a throwback to I'm not sure who. Because my iPad's not being annoying now. I'm gonna have to shut it off. Or make it quiet or something. I don't know. expect this, but I guess that's what I get for recording this race at 3:37 p.m. on a Friday. Yeah. We got a little bit more Jake by the, compared to the Seems Next race, by the way, because I had to record the Seems Next race, or I didn't say had to, but I decided to record it pretty late in the day. So to be a bit quieter, of course. At the moment, it's a bit, early in the day, so I'm able to be a bit more energetic here as Truex still leads the race. Well, let's just see. Let's keep the camera marchers here. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the iPad. This is not viable, and you should not do this when you're recording, but I'm doing this anyway. Oh. Okay, it's nothing. Oh, yeah. Of course, Russell and Andrew talking to their over and hangouts whilst I'm recording this race. So, anyway, so Truex still leading, so it looks like nothing's changed, or nothing's happened since wow, Derek Cole with the scrape of a lifetime on that wall. Man, oh man, look at Douglas, though. First time Douglas has done so well this season. I think the fans would like to see a rare time winner. As Truex gets held up by Can't Drive. So Truex, of course, Truex could do what Ross Chastain did and win in a non-throwback car, because of course Chastain, won yesterday. Seems nice to race in the, the regular DC Solar car. Truex running his regular brass push-off striker boats, car. So I think the fans might be cheering for Bank Coaches here, because Bank Coaches in an actual throwback car. I guess look how good that looks. Bank Coaches, he's been running this black throwback car every year since the throwback weekend became a thing, as Truex keeps still in the lead. So it's might be on. Oh, caution is out though. That was a nice long green flag run, but it wasn't going to last forever. And we're into the caution once more. Oh, looks like it was on the front stretch this time. Oh, Fronito Bobbin. I guess that's a spoiler warning. Fronito Bobbin with a blown engine. Oh man, oh man. Fronito Bobbin. Wow. Fronito Bobbin has done so well this whole season. It's pretty rare to see. This is going to do nothing to Fronito Bobbin's championship run, considering it's not even since there's the cutoff race. But to see Fronito Bobbin's car looking like this is a very rare sight. But it's now happening in this race. As my iPad is definitely annoying, so I'm gonna have to shut that off now. What? I said the fans. It says Fronito Bobbin wrecks. Well, we're gonna see what happened here. All right, okay. This iPad's being annoying. So I'm gonna make a jump cut right here, and actually, I'm not gonna do a jump cut. I'm just gonna pause the race. Yeah, this is this is a thing. I've also just got a strike as I'm trying to record this race. Yep, should have done this before. We do apologize for the inconvenience, but unfortunately, Fronito Bobbin should have turned off the Wi-Fi on his iPad before he began the race, but of course he didn't, because Fronito Bobbin did not think that the iPad was going to do things in this race. So, yep, gonna have to do it next time though. Anyway, yeah, so I would have done a jump cut there, but I don't want to forget, because this race has become a pretty lengthy one in terms of time. So let's see what happened here to bring out this caution. This one looked pretty intense. Oh, Fronito Bobbin, yeah, he got wrecked, but the question is how though. So Reed Sorensen, he went around though. Oh yeah, wow. Who would have thought that we would see these two guys get together this season? So Reed Sorensen riding high on the lane. He's going to scrape the outside wall and get into Fronito Bobbin, and Fronito Bobbin with absolutely nowhere to go. He's gonna get in. Oh no, he got into Reed Sorensen, but then Reed Sorensen get back into him. But Fronito Bobbin, oh, then he gets into Donald. Wow, pretty big hit. I think is that the ultimate maneuver? Yeah, that was the ultimate thing that is unfortunately going to end Froito Bobbin's race. I mean, there's not going to mean anything in terms of the playoffs, but it is not a good sight to see Froito Bobbin looking like this in terms of, you know, his car. And Donald is going to hit his... Wow, Donald getting crushed there by Froito Bobbin. So now Donald with us is really broken on his car. Let's actually see that from the side. That looked pretty nasty, so... Yeah, so Froito Bobbin go back up to the stretch, so Donald gets squished, so now Donald also now with a damaged race car. See what else happened in this race, or even in this accident. Actually, who's got involved? Looks like nobody else did. So Reed Sorensen, they'll go for a crazy spin. So Reed Sorensen is also going to be out of this race, which means nothing for him because, you know, he's what can he do now? Froito Bobbin, though, with the worst of this accident. And although there wasn't that had a bit bad of a crash either from Froito Bobbin, but still bad enough for him to blow his engine, and Froito Bobbin going to be out of Darlington. What a shame. Because for the first time this season, Froito Bobbin is driving a unique paint scheme, which is not the other 3 paint schemes that he's been driving for this whole season. And yet Froito Bobbin is going to end his day in the garage with a blown race car in a throwback paint scheme. Bit of a shame. Oh well. I mean, it gives somebody else a chance to win win this race, but still. Well, regardless, let's see what happens now. Actually, we should have actually taken a better. Actually, no, Case Car was already out there when, you know, Froito Bobbin was there driving, you know, his back race car, so the field was still able to come up here. Oh, Rebecca's back up for second. I thought she was in third for a second there, but no, she's not. They're not good in this race, I'm afraid. Let's see who is. So Martrix Jr. Well, that's it. From the guys, of course, who haven't fallen out of this race. Let's just see what they do. So Truex, and all these guys. Yeah, it looks like. Oh, Logano's staying out. And Sorensen with his blown up race car. And looks like Joe Logano might be the only one to stay out here. Yeah. So Logano, the only one staying out for this pit cycle. Speedboat can be busy once again here at Darlington. So Logano, though, the only one on the pit button. I wouldn't recommend doing that because now it's going to screw him over. Although Martrix Jr. and Bangkok, if they can, you know, stay out, or not, why I'd say stay out, if they can have a fast pit stop and get up before the rest of the field, you know, they can continue their battle for the race win, or battle for the lead, and maybe go all the way to the end of the race. And yeah, we could see Bangkok with the triumph and get a second win of the season, driving his throwback black livery. Oh, it looks like we will see that as Martrix Jr. and Bangkok will get a 1-2 here. Of course, Bangkok is of course guys a lot faster than Truex, but Bangkok is still gonna have to, you know, let Truex go by because Truex did cross the pit road start finish line before Bangkok just did. Oh well, that was only pit stops. We'll see what these guys will do when we go back green. The field now just does a bunch of weird stuff so it can sort itself out. There we go. Rebecca running up here as well. Is she actually up here? No, of course not. The other field looks pretty weird in terms of its starting position, so. Yeah, it feels being weird. So we'll go up here. So Joe Logano is being credited as the leader, or maybe not. Cause okay, maybe he's not being scored as the leader. I don't get that, but whatever. Field now just lining up, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Skip this lap. Yeah, so Logano not actually starting in the lead. Oh well. Oh well, let's see what happens next in this race. Oh, this field has looked really interesting for this whole race. So is Truex gonna win this race, or could we see a major thing? And speaking of major things, look at that, Brad Keselowski driving a Rusty Wallace throwback painting for Miller Lite. and Oliver are right next to each other. These two are the most likely ones to make the final transfer spot, getting into the playoffs. So one of them, Keselowski though, or I'm not sure, forget which is Keselowski or Brad. One of these guys is only 4 points ahead of the other. So if one of these guys can finish a good amount of points ahead of the other, then they will make it into the playoffs and will be a part of the playoff grid for this season. Well, if the guys finish up really close to each other, then they will stay pretty much the same way as it did in the point standings that they were already. Of course, it's going to be interesting, of course, to see what the playoff grid does look like when I eventually get around to, editing the point standings after this race is finished. That being said, Truex leads, but Bojangles is there in second, and we could see an epic battle between these two. And with that being said, in 3, 2, 1, we're on the way! Once again at Darlington. Hope you guys have enjoyed this race. So far, despite it being lengthy and the glitches that we're having. Logano, though, able to go pretty fast. Bojangles all the way on the outside lane. Ooh, Bojangles avoids scraping the outside wall, but is now side by side with Joe Logano. Bojangles, you have to get away from Logano as fast as he can, so you can have a good racing line to catch up to Truex. So Bojangles now going to clear Logano, but now he has a bit of a gap between him and Truex, so he's going to have to drive hard and get back up to Truex to take the lead. That's the rest of these guys. Oh, here's some guys coming up. And we have a caution already. Wow. Okay. Well, that didn't take too long. So much for that restart, I guess. And now we're going to get another restart for... We're going to find out what reason. Let's see what's straight off the back, because we're going to see the field and get up behind the pace car. And lights are out. Oh, it happened on the front. Did it happen right on the restart? That'd be kind of funny if it did. That happened on the next lap. So we got involved. Oh, Can't Drive did, and Blaney too. So it happened up here to start with. You're gonna have to go into the far chase to get a better inspection of this accent here. If we go into the far chase camera, which is right there. So it scrapes the wall continuously for quite a bit. And then he's going to go down though into Blaney, and they're going to get together as Blaney goes up the racetrack and hits the wall, gets into Gridgen. I think the veteran doesn't get any worse from there. But Kiera then gets into Boyer, who gets into him, who then gets into Eric Gamrolo, who spins out as well. And everyone else, it looks like everyone else got the lucky escape, but Cliff Boyer and Eric Jones, a couple of Swerve's guys, get involved. Eric Gamrolo driving a throwback Smithfield car. Well, that was something. Guess now we start once more and see what happens. Let's see what the whole field does. Looks like it's being a bit weird here. Yeah. So lining up though once again. So that was a very short period of time before the caution came out. Guess now people are wondering when is Can't Drive actually gonna blow his engine in this race. Yeah, because now it's gonna be super embarrassing that Can't Drive's gonna finish better than Franito Bobbin, but accidents happen. Martin Truex Jr. though, currently your leader. It looks like nobody's coming up pit road. It's not by, even though there was just a caution. Yeah, the entire field staying out. Oh, what's this again? Wait, what? What just happened here? What? What? And no, Another top driver is gonna get affected by this. Martin Truex Jr. blows up. Wow. Wow. Martin, two top drivers gonna get wiped out in the same race. Throwing Bob in an accident, and now Martin Truex Jr. gonna blow an engine and will not win a 5th race in the playoff cutoff race. And looks like the Bruce Box might now just capitalize on this and take 2nd place to start the playoffs. Wow. What a crazy turn of events that was. So that's going to allow someone else to win this race. This is the real expression. He's all the way back here, so... Now I have a chance to see a one-off guy win this race. So Bank Coaches is now your leader at Darlington. Man, oh man, this race is getting more and more crazy as it goes along. All these cars, though, are slowing it down, so let's see if we can go some laps without a caution. I mean, still have about 30, yeah, we still have 30 laps to go. No, this is 30 still laps to go, 30 laps to go, I think, yeah. I don't know why I'm stumbling on my words so badly, but, here we go. So, man, oh man, this race is getting more and more intense by the day. So let's fast forward through here because nothing's happening. And pace car is off. What has this race become, man? Well, regardless, there's a ton of people now on the inside lane because a ton of people got lapped. And we're underway once again at Darlington. So Bank Coach is the leader, which is Chase Hill in 2nd and Douglas in 3rd. So Douglas in 3rd. So throwbacks and 1, 2, and 3. Rebecca though trying to get the run, despite the fact that she's not getting any for winning. She's just trying to get her lap back at Bank Coaches. Gonna lose some ground here though, but so I say lose some ground doesn't get down and get around in the first place. But though Rebecca though trying to shove Bank Coaches to the outside lane. That's slow Chase Hill to get around him. Now Chase Hill once again leading here at Darlington. Look at that. So Elliott leads the way. He's going to try to shove Rebecca to the outside lane. And with cautions out once again already. Oh. Well, so much for that short moment of excitement. Cautions out again already. Well, we still have to see what happens here. So Elliott and the rest of the guys do their thing. It's gonna be repetitive now. This race. It's only going to last longer than I originally expected. So what happened this time? Everyone asks. Well, let's rewind time and just find out. Because that was, well, just another wreck, really. Also happened on the front straightaway again. This time involving Bubba Wallace and Daniel Suarez got involved in the mess as well. So Bubba, it's like he's just now going to get squeezed by Kurt Busch and Daniel Suarez. We're nowhere to go. Going to get onto Daniel Suarez, and they're both going to smack the inside wall pretty hard. Wow. And now, as I paused for no reason, so now Bubba Wallace with a blown engine, he's now out of this race. I think Suarez might be out too. Yeah. So now both drivers are out of this race. And now two more drivers, or two more throwback paint schemes. So Bubba Wallace now with a completely destroyed race car, and Daniel Suarez also with a blown engine. And in the throwback Haas car, Daniel Suarez now going to have to take his car to the garage. So two guys wiped out in one accident, involving just pretty much those two drivers. Dear oh dear. I mean, they're both youngins, though. You know, Bubba Wallace only a rookie, and Daniel Suarez only in his 2nd season, pretty much. Or no, 2nd season? Yeah, 2nd season. 2nd full-time season, anyway. So as for the rest of the field, gonna line up once again. A pretty basic action, so doesn't require any analysis. Well, race continues to go. Okay, well, no restart that time. Or no, yeah, no thingy. So let's see what we're going next time by. Yep. Okay, I use all these skips because it's gonna, cause time on the on the actual time of the race. But considering how many crashes there have been in this race, it's something that I might have to keep doing. I really don't want to keep doing this. So guess now let's hope for the race to go green. Although yeah, I just realized Daniels Forest, he was all the way back there, but Bo Walls, he was a lap down. So yeah, Daniels Forest probably not very happy about that. Bit of a shame. Well, let's keep going. So Elliott, your leader, with Bangkok's there in second, and Donald in third, with Oliver up there in fourth. So currently running better than Brad Keselowski. And green flag racing once again at Darlington. Chase Elliott, though, already getting the clear restart. Going to clear Rebecca straight off the bat. Bangkok's going to lose a couple of spots. Oh, look like Joe Gong. He was leading this race at one point. Now all the way back down here. So Elliott, though, pulls away like he did earlier. And could use this opportunity to get his first career NASCAR Skittles Cup Series win. Interesting fact, if you didn't already know, all the way back up to New Hampshire. I originally recorded that race on the New Hampshire road course, and Chase Elliott won that race. But the race itself was so rubbish and the broadcast was so messy, I decided to scrap that race and redo it on the oval version of New Hampshire. But in the previous recording I did, Chase Elliott won that race, so that would have been Chase Elliott's first career win if I did not have to re-record that race. Chase Elliott might try to make it up and get his first career win here at Darlington. Chase Elliott, probably the best driver of the season to not win a race. They might just try to change that today so you can get an extra 5 bonus points to start the playoffs. Playing up no caution, no, and bank coaches though, slowly luring Chase Elliott in to eventually take the lead. Look at that. 2 throwback cars racing for the lead. So out of curiosity, which one of these 2 throwback cars right here do you think is better? Chase Elliott's Napa throwback or Bank Coach's throwback? Let you know, but you can answer me in the comments, but oh well. Oh, but Bank Coach's, he's now, there he goes, trying to overtake Elliott as Elliott smacks the wall. And allows Bank Coach to take the lead now. And Bank Coach's now leads at Darlington. So now with 20 laps to go in the race, if we can go green flag from next to this race, we can't end this race in about 20 or 20 minutes. I expect we're going to have at least one more caution in this race, but I mean, if we can go the rest of the race green flag, we could eventually see a battle between Bangkok and Chase Elliott. Looks like they've left the rest of the field in the dust. Here's Oliver though running in third place now, giving Billy Barnwell for his money. The big show though might be up here for first second. As both these guys have the Darlington stripe. Bangkok with 1 win on the season. Chase Elliott though with 0 wins in his entire career of racing up here in the Cup Series. Oh, Oliver smacks that to the wall. It's not going to help him in his points campaign. William Byron, though, now running up to third. Despite the fact that William Byron hasn't won a single race season, he's, pretty safe into the playoffs. Oh, William Byron not going to earn any bonus points, so might be pretty low on the playoff grid to start. Bank coaches, though. Quite a significant gap on Elliott. I've now been able to go a good amount of laps without a caution. Well, I say good amount of laps. We might be able to go a good amount of laps without a caution. I'd like to go a good amount of laps without a caution. Freund of Alban would like the rest of the race to go with a caution. Caution comes out straight as he says that. Well, that's the thing. So the pace. I should just stop talking about the cautions, because every time I don't want to have a caution come out, caution comes out. So yay, cautions once again. Moves it for this time. Oh, pretty big accident. What happened with Austin Dillon here? Like he was gonna have a collision with somebody. Oh, it was a pretty simple accident. So Austin Dillon gets turned by Paul Menard, and then does crash into. Oh wow, big accident. Gets involved with a few guys. Oh, look at that! It's a pileup here in Darlington. Look at that! It's gonna take out several cars. Wow. This accident kind of quite a bit of field. So let's see what happened in slow motion. So I'd say it was a pretty simple accident. Yeah, it's sort of pretty simple. So we had we had Austin Dillon driving a throwback paint scheme, which was a silver secret paint scheme, which is tribute to Chase Elliott, not Chase Elliott, Dale Earnhardt. Oh, I got those mixed up. And of course, Paul Menard driving a throwback paint scheme tribute to Cale Yarborough. Paul Menard's gonna just pinch Dillon and make it through unscathed. Austin Dillon, no, not with so much luck. Let's try to see if we can get a better camera angle so we can get a better look at the crash. Here we go. I'm going to go in super slow motion for this one. So he is going to take on Derek Cope. And Derek Cope will spin. Let's see what happens here. As Derek Cope does spin and hits the wall and gets slammed by Tim Tom. And that might be the end. Not quite. There's like Derek Cope. Despite he will have to go on pit road to fix his car up. But luckily not the end of the world. Who gets next to get involved? Oh, well. This is going to be really hairy here. So once again, of course, same story, but then we get up to a bit later, if it ever happens. So it looks like the Bowman able to squeeze by underneath Tim Tom unscathed. No, Tim Tom does get, he does get tapped, but he's gonna get hit by Derek Cope later. But that Derper though, with absolutely nowhere to go. Two guys went for the tumble. They're Daniel Hemrick and. Let's see who else got involved. Let's actually see here later in this accent. Wow, something happened. Now something happened between Keselowski and Hicks. Danger Six. So let's see. So Danger Six, not Danger Six. So Brad Keselowski. It looks like Keselowski. He was trying to go to the bottom of the lane. He tried to avoid the accident, but had absolutely nowhere to go, and he winds up taking on himself with Dangerous Hicks. That is not going to be good for Brad Keselowski if he wants to get to the playoffs, and again, Daniel Hemrick as well. So those are going to get involved. Wow. So Brad Keselowski, his chance of making it to the playoffs are pretty slim. Oh, and the Release Bucks nerd gets taken out as well. But let's see, there were two very violent flips in this accident, as you saw right there. This is going to be a pretty long crash analysis. So anyway, now we go to now up next we go over to Derper. So he was the first of two cars to flip. Let's go into this camera angle because we can kind of see it a bit better. So we go into the super slow motion. So Derper, so he was just doing his thing, but then he gets into Austin Dillon with absolutely nowhere to go. But then he gets rear-ended by Daniel Hemrick, which is gonna send Derper to a spin. Not flip just yet. But then he gets into the back end. Not quite. But then here comes the first nowhere to go. Then Derper goes back into Austin Dillon. Still not enough to flip him over. Oh, he might get tagged on here by one of these guys. Here comes Duck now with absolutely nowhere to go. He's going to crash right into Derper, and that's going to be the ultimate moment. That's going to send him flipping. Alright, so now Derper's going to go for the tumble here. Quite a big tumble. He's going to sit back on his feet, but is now going to be out of the race due to that massive flip. Let's see that again from the roof camera. Pretty nasty accident. Let's see that again from the chase camera because we didn't see that much from the roof camera. Pretty major accident from Derper, but Derper was not the only one to have a pretty big accident. Daniel Hemrick unable to survive too many of these accidents, so we're gonna see what happened here. See it from the TV camera. gets involved and gets swiped by Mr. Light's brother, which is what caused Daniel Hemrick to go around. Let's see this again from the chase cam. Well, looking at it from the chase cam, it doesn't look that dramatic though. Let's see, who else? Who else notable? Yes, so the Real Xbox Nerd, he got involved as well in the action. So let's see what happened from the Real Xbox Nerd's view. So now he swipes in, so he swipes Derper, and then gets hit by Derper again, and he's gonna result with a blown engine. Man, now he's gonna have a really interesting points day with Martrich Jr. going to the playoffs. Yeah, so the Real Xbox Nerd was just a bit further down the racetrack. He would have been able to avoid the accident, but just nowhere to go. Let's see, any other notables in this accident? Oh, Duck. Going for quite the violent spin as well. Tim Tom involved too. Let's see what happened from Tim Tom's perspective. Not much. So he gets tagged by, well, that happens actually. You can see it right there. So he gets tagged, so he tags into Derek Cope, and then he gets tagged by Douglas, or Donald, I mean. Luckily, some guys were able to go on the inside lane and survive the accident, but Doug now with a blown engine. This crash took out a lot of cars. Oh, turns out Keselowski was able to survive the accident, only just though. And Danger 6, he got involved as well. Did he get survived? Well, Zillinger did, but it looks like Danger 6 was able to survive the accident, though. So it's not the end of the world. Well, what's next? Man, it's a miracle that some of these guys aren't still out. So, Donald, though, went out with a blown engine, so he's out. Doug with a blown engine, so he's out. And Mr. Lighty, he was involved too, but not with a blown engine, so he'll be able to continue, I think. Well, let's see actually who came on the pit road. Surprised that can't drive as one driver to still not be out of this race. Yeah. Okay, let's go fast forward just a bit and see what the field does now. There's a number of guys on pit road who are trying to fix their cars up, but are never going to be able to. Oh. Well, I thought Mr. Light's brother, or Mr. Light would be able to continue the race. Is that Mr. Lighty? Yeah. Well, I thought he was going to be able to continue the race. Turns out... Oh, it's hard to tell the smoke coming from Mr. Light because the Real Xbox Nerd was smoking so badly. Yeah. So unfortunately, I can't really tell if Mr. Light is smoking. Let's actually see from a close-up. Oh no, Mr. Light was not smoking. But, retired anyway. Oh. Well, I thought I could continue, but no. So pretty big accident. Gonna take out a big load of cars. Although we're on our way to seeing an instant finish. And now we're gonna get set for the instant finish. Max would go rest without caution. Oh, it looks like I was about to say most lap cars look like they're not here, but no, there are some lap cars still here. But we're now down to 20 cars on the lead lap. So now somebody's gonna have a breakthrough win in this race. So I say breakthrough, maybe not necessarily a breakthrough, but this is gonna get a lot more interesting now. So now that the Real Xbox Nerd, so now that nor Formula Bobbin or Marcus Jr. or the Real Xbox Nerd in this race, somebody now has a chance to make something quite interesting happen. You know, it's not often that you see a driver that is not one of those three drivers win a race, considering they've won quite a bit this year, especially throwing to Bobbin. But of course, none of those are going to go to victory lane today. But well, these guys up here certainly can, unless they get involved in an accident or something. Well, if there's one in the next few laps. But if lucky, as we're underway, once again, Darlington, if we can go the rest of the race without another caution, that would be something cool. Especially how long this video has become. There's races going on, you know. Yeah, so now we have a bunch of guys up here who haven't won a race season. You know, we have bank coaches who's only won one race though. Although now you have Chase Elliott and William Byron both trying to get their first career wins, and Denny Hamlin trying to go for his first win of the season. Denny Hamlin, of course, is in a throwback car, so Denny Hamlin throwing it back to his days of when he, you know, raced at his local track or something. I'm not entirely sure, but Denny Hamlin. Oh, Chase Elliott going to go up the racetrack by quite a bit. Denny Hamlin, though, putting the power down. But bank coaches, though, holding that lead for now. He could get any overtaken at any point, though. Denny Hamlin, though, another driver who is in the playoffs. Denny Hamlin, another one of those, another really good driver who has not won a race this season. Oh, and the car is out again now. Is that going to just come out there? Yeah, so we're going to have another race back to the line. Oh, speaking of race back to the line, here we go. Denny Hamlin now trying to get on bank coaches for the lead. Look at that. And Hamlin takes it. Or takes the flag here. And so Denny Hamlin now leads at Darlington. Of course we couldn't go the rest of it with undercars, but don't worry, we're almost there. Luckily not too many cars can happen now. Oliver doing really well in this race too. Well, let's see what happened here. Was this a big accident or was it a little accident? I don't know. Maybe it's just something little. Well, okay, come on. Okay, let's see what happened this time. This one looked not as big. All involved Gridrin though. And Eric Jones too. This one pretty simple. So Kevin Hart received the wall, Gridrin nowhere to go. Neither does Eric Jones, and they both smack into each other and they both crash. Both drivers will survive the crash though. So nothing super surprising. See, I just submitted slow motion from a different alternative camera angle. We'll go into the far camera for Eric Jones in his throwback Sport Club's car. Yeah, so Gridrin does a thing, and oh no, Harvick does a thing, and then Gridrin does a thing, and then gets into Jones. Interesting enough, Harvick and Gridrin both number 4 guys. It's quite interesting. Oh, there we go. Again. Let's see how the field lines up this time. There's Gridrin. And here's Hamlin, your leader. Current leader, anyway. Alright, so this is caution, so it's a bit of a stupid question to ask, but of course, who's going to pin and who's not going to pin? I imagine nobody, considering how late in the race it is. And how few guys are left in this race. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, Gridrin and Eric Jones are able to continue this race while only 20 cars remaining on the lead lap. Alright, I guess we'll go next time by. There's only so many laps to go left in this race. Looks like we're not going to do the final restart thing. Cool. Actually, is Can't Drive still in this race, surprisingly enough? Wow, look at that. Despite the amount of confusion and delay this race has been through, and despite what Can't Drive has been through, he's still in this race. Wow. I mean, it counted towards nothing, but wow. So, pace car goes down. We're going to have 5 laps to go this time by. Can we go the rest of the race under green, or will we have at least one more well, we're going to have one more caution. Well, we would have one more caution. Again, okay, okay, properly. Are we going to go the rest of the race green? Or are we going to go have one more caution? We are underway. We'll find out. Underway once again. Denny Hamlin pulling out. Denny Hamlin on his way to getting his first win of the season. And might be able to give him, and I think we'll be able to give himself, well, yeah, he will be able to give himself an extra 5 bonus points to start the playoffs. Because Hamlin, since he's done next to nothing this season, or in terms of winning anyway, he's not going to be pretty low on the playoff grid. Or can Bank Coach catch up to him and knock him and give himself 5 more bonus points? Or can one of these other guys get up here in time? All these appear are throwbacks. So throwback now has a pretty high chance of winning this race. But which one of these throwbacks paint schemes is it going to be? 4 laps to go. Denny Hamlin leads. But Bank Coaches looking for a way to get around him. We're looking for a way around him. Ooh, the Hendrick guys, Byron and... okay, well, they were battling until Byron decided to smack the wall. But here is Bank Coaches trying to look under Denny Hamlin to score his second win of the season. But it doesn't happen to Denny Hamlin might win and get his first win of the season. There he goes. Bank Coaches looks underneath Denny Hamlin. Hamlin smacks the wall, allowing Bank Coaches to get past him. Chase Elliott, though, not too far behind. This might be... It's a pretty big gap. 2 laps to go here at Darlington. Bank Coaches has only won one other race this season in the NASCAR Seals Cup Series. But that ain't enough. The caution's out. There we go. Oh, still brings back the line, though. And this would be one more left to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. But I think Bank Coaches has it in the bag. How about that? So to get back to the finish line, though, as we learned from Pensacola, the previous race. I'll look at the cautions in a minute, but by default, under the caution, second race in the road under the caution. But Bank Coaches will get his second win of the season and score an extra 5 bonus points to start the playoffs. You know, Bank Coaches, while not getting a ton of wins, has had quite a lot of good finishes and enough good finishes to get him into the playoffs. I guess Bank Coaches had to change to black to win another race, as Bank Coaches will win the Bojangles Southern 500. What's even more crazy about that is that Bank Coaches does it in his black paint scheme. The paint scheme that Bank Coaches was in when he first arrived on the island of Sowas. How about that? How about that for Bank Coaches? The splendid black engine. Well, I say splendid. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't super splendid. It's black, but I love to you. Although, of course, for one more time, we're gonna see what happened to bring out that last caution flag. Here we go. Actually, we're gonna go back a lap. Go back a lap. Looks like it involved bridging or something. But so the caution comes out. So who wrecked? Hello? Who spun? I guess nobody spun. Was it Gridgen just stopping on the racetrack? Oh, yep. So it looks like now, at the least convenient time ever, before the race even has a chance to end, Gridgen's car will expire, and he'll just stop dead on the racetrack. Man. I guess it was bound to happen considering how many broken cars we've managed to accumulate in this race. But a pretty lengthy video though, even more lengthier than the Coca-Cola 600, and that was a longer race than this. But what do you know? So Bank Coaches is victorious at Darlington. So Bank Coaches, of course, winning this race, has now won a crown jewel in the world of NASCAR. Launch the crown jewel race, the final race before the playoffs. Next race, the playoffs officially start, and we'll have 10 races to determine the champion of this season. Bank Coaches, though, I'm gonna celebrate this one. I'll probably celebrate this one for quite a while. How about that for a race? I don't know what you guys think of that, but I certainly think it was a bit salty, but oh well. Well, that being said, let's see who the world finishing positions are. Bank Coaches will win the race with Denny Hamlin coming up second, William Byron third, Chase Elliott fourth, Oliver fifth, Kyle Larson sixth, Ryan Blaney seventh, Ryan Newman eighth, Fraser ninth, Kevin Harvick 10th, Alex Bowman 11th, Paul Menard 12th, Douglas 13th, Kyle Busch 14th, Eric Almirola 15th, Eric Jones 16th, James Six 17th, Clint Boyer 18th, Brad Keselowski 19th, Rebecca 20th, Derek Cobb 20th, Nia 22nd, Joe Logano 23rd, Kurt Busch 24th, Jimmy Johnson 25th, Green 26th, Karen Dredd 27th, Donald 28th, Doug 29th, Mr. Light 30th, Tim Tom 31st, Daniel Hamrick 32nd, DeRiss Buxton 33rd, Austin 34th, Durper 35th, Mr. Light's brother 36th, Dingus Forrest 37th, Bob Walsh 38th, Mark Jr. 39th, Frank Bob on 40th, Reese Swords at 41st, and Mommy finishes dead last for losing an accident. So, and with that finishing positions, Oliver will officially make it into the final playoff standings or final playoff spot in the playoffs. That didn't make much sense. Let's say that Oliver got the final transport to make it into the playoffs. Keselowski could have made it to the playoffs if he had just a bit more success, but he's just going to miss out on the playoffs by just a little bit. Well, I say a little bit. We'll see how much. You guys will see after this race is, or after this thing is finished. But with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And next race will be officially the start of the 10-race playoff to the final round of the season. With that being said, I think I already said, do you guys hope you have enjoyed this video? I don't know if I said already. But that's all for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.